I brought my wife to the UK, and sincerely, I made her agree to my terms and conditions that every money she's ever going to make in the UK will be coming to me directly. So I'll be the one to decide what goes back to her and how we are going to spend her salary. Now, I got married to my wife, and before our marriage, my wife was just a nobody. I met her roaming the street like someone who doesn't have future. Then, because I felt something for her, I decided to get married to her. After our marriage, I went back to the UK and I was able to process her papers single-handedly. No help from her, no help from her family. I did everything, and before then I made her agree to my terms and conditions that I will get her a job and every salary she's going to ever receive will be coming to me. My wife agreed and I processed her papers. She landed in the UK and I helped her got a warehouse job. Now she started working, and the first paycheck she received, she sent it to me. I gave her few money from the salary to get what she need, and also gave her the one to send to her mom and her siblings. And everything was going so well until my wife started following bad friends in the company. From the first 1 month to 6 months of my wife working, she always give me her paycheck. Once she receive her salary, she will send it to me. Then I will divide the money whichever way I want it. And we have always been okay with that. But fast forward to after 6 months, my wife stopped giving me her salary. Then one night I called her and I asked her of her paycheck, and she told me she's never going to give me. I was so surprised because that was not the agreement. My wife told me to my face that she's never going to give me her salary again because she has given me enough. And I also tried my best to remind her of her agreeing to my terms and conditions, and she said that for 6 months of her life in the UK, I've been the one receiving her salary and spending her money, that she's never going to do that again. That very day, I made sure I beat her mercilessly and also make her remember that I'm the reason why she's in the UK, because without me, she will not be where she is. Now, my wife is thinking that she has made it. She's thinking that I've opened her eyes. So for that reason, she's ever going to do whatever she wants. The next day, I left to work, and when I returned back, I did not see my wife again. I was so surprised. All her things gone. I was able to track her, and I found out she was staying in one of those women's house, one of those women that are deceiving her, telling her never to give me her salary again. Then I called her, I reached out to her, I told her that she should come back home, that if she doesn't come back home, the next step I'm going to take will shock her. My wife told me that she's never coming back to my house, that in fact she's done with the marriage, that she's no longer interested in marrying me. I called her parents and I told them that look at what your daughter is doing. Her parents tried to reach out to her but couldn't. I tried every possible means to reach out to my wife to tell her my next move, but she didn't pick my call. So I sent her a message telling her that I will be going back to Nigeria to go and summon her to the gods of our village, because we had an agreement and now she wants to go against our agreement. Right now, I am making plans to go back to Nigeria, and once I go back to Nigeria, I am going to summon my wife to the gods of our land, and I will make sure that she's being deported. After some days, I didn't hear from her, so I decided to do what I have in mind. I went back to Nigeria and I went straight to our village DLT. I told the chief priest everything, and the chief priest told me that he's going to do everything possible to make sure my wife is being deported. This is over 1 year after I went to Nigeria to go summon my wife to the oracle in order for my wife to be deported, and yet my wife is still in the UK doing well even without me. Now I don't know what else to do. I am very, very hot because I used my hard-earned money to send this woman to the UK. I made her what she is today, but right now she's living her life without me. The worst part is that my wife even filed for a divorce and told me that I should make sure I sign the divorce paper so that she can move on with her life and probably get herself another partner. But one thing I know is that I'm not going to sign those divorce papers. My wife is going to come back to me whichever way she wants it, and she's going to continue giving me her salaries whether she wants it or not, because that was an agreement. Now I want to know, did I do anything wrong? Bringing my wife to the UK and trying to make money off my wife because we had an agreement before I even think of processing her papers? Am I doing the wrong thing? This is a story from one of our brother who based in the UK and probably took his wife to the UK but ended up the wrong way. Now, what do you have to say to this man? What advice do you have to say to this man before things get out of hand? Should he go back and beg his wife and stop taking his wife's salary, or should he just let go of the woman to live his life and probably sign the divorce papers? What do you think? Whatever you think about this story, please drop it in the comment section. And also remember that this channel is all about real life stories about relationship, marriage, drama, betrayal, friendship, and so many other. So if you're a lover of this kind of stories, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop videos like this one, you'll be the next to get notified. See you guys on the next one. Bye for now.